Understandably, there's been quite a debate about Diego Garcia. Nobody wants to see the UK hand over any territory, but the background here is more complex than the headlines suggest. A series of international hearings has ruled against the UK, including in the International Court of Justice and the UN General Assembly. Some argue, as these rulings were non-binding, we should just ignore them. Britain took over the islands and Mauritius from the French after defeating Napoleon in 1810 and continued, as the French did, in governing the Chagos Islands from Mauritius. But shortly before Mauritius gained independence in the 1960s, Britain severed the governance link with the islands so we could build a military base. And it is this decision to separate the islands that has become subject to international legal challenges. But the problem here is that those legal challenges hadn't stopped. And there was a very real prospect that a fresh, legally binding case supportive of Mauritius would win. This could mean not only losing sovereignty, but potentially the right to run and operate the huge military base there with our American friends. And it's for this reason, this potential legal threat, that President Trump, who knows a thing or two about striking deals, said this is a good deal, guaranteeing access for at least 99 years for what is America's largest and most strategically critical overseas base. More widely, we are seeing a gradual demise of our global order. And looking through this security lens, we should ask, what is in the nation's long-term interests? Any prospect that we might lose such a vital military asset must be avoided. Do we really want to see a binding case put against us? Because that is what was coming over the hill. If you then argue, well, let's ignore that ruling too, you are arguing to move Britain, a P5 member of the United Nations, into a new and weakened place where we no longer honour international law. And this would damage our reputation as a force for good on the international stage. And this, of course, is exactly what China and Russia want us to do, given Russia's purest territorial claims in the Arctic and what China is doing in the South China Sea. Where we've landed is far from ideal, and it's right that the sums involved in this deal are scrutinized. But given the bigger picture and the view of America, this is where we are, and we should not risk losing this vital military base.